On September 16th, a terrified woman prepared to attend a court hearing, the one where she was finally going to speak out about the domestic abuse she had suffered at the hands of her ex-fiancé.
When is the right time for police to make an arrest in a domestic violence case?
Her heart pounded as the clock ticked faster than usual. The memories of the violence haunted her, sending shivers down her spine.
It's a very real fear. Most aggressors of domestic violence and that type of aggressive behavior, it's not usually a one-time thing.
But before she could step outside her home, someone pulled the trigger and she was shot dead.
The murder happened on September 17th, 2018.
Why would anyone want to kill an innocent woman? And what exactly did the morning sun witness in that quiet little room on September 16th?
A man convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend has been sentenced to 30 years in prison.
Welcome back to my channel. I don't have many followers, but even a single comment from you is a ray of hope that keeps me going.
They have struggled with grief, despair, anxiety, uncontrollable crime, fearfulness, anxiousness, isolation, and other mental health disorders. My family never thought in a million years that we would lose Andrea in such a horrific way.
3 months after Andrea Washington's murder, detectives brought her ex-fiancé, Danny Beard, in for interrogation. In today's video, we'll explore the psychological tactics used during that chilling exchange and how the detective tried to break through his defenses one layer at a time.
Hey, stand against that wall for me, okay? I know that I'm sure they already searched it, but when you come in here, I gotta search it again, okay? Face this wall for me.
This case begins with a devastating twist, just hours before a scheduled court hearing on domestic violence. Navy Chief Andrea Washington is found shot dead in her own home. The man accused is her ex-fiancé, Danny Beard.
Is there anything on you that they may have missed? Pocket knife or tobacco or anything like that? Yeah, put that on the wall. Keep them on the wall for me, okay, buddy? That's yours? Yeah. Lean back for me, or step back for me. All right. Have a seat right there, Danny. I'll be in a few minutes.
Police waste no time. 3 months after the murder, Beard is arrested. His phone's GPS data places him at Andrea's house during the time of her death, a key piece of digital evidence.
That's right. You want anything, water or anything? You want a water? Okay.
From the start, the detective uses controlled silence. By delaying the conversation after Beard is cuffed and left alone, he builds anxiety, subtly shifting power and focus onto Beard.
You all right, Dan? Alright, this is my partner, Detective Lee. Have you met him before? I don't think he was with me the last time.
What's going on, man? I'm alright.
You have to bear with me. It's been a long day, so I'm going to drink coffee as we talk. They tell you why you got picked up today?
No.
You have no idea?
No.
Okay. You have a warrant. I got a warrant for you for murder, for Andrea. So you're being arrested for murder today.
When the detective finally speaks, he skips pleasantries. Beard is told bluntly he's under arrest for murder. It's a pressure move meant to destabilize and provoke a raw emotional response.
Okay. Y'all say so.
Okay. I'm sure you have a lot of questions for me. But again, this is kind of one of those things that we've been working on for a while, and you know that. Before we go any further, I'm going to read you your rights, okay?
Beard shows no shock, no protest. So the detective pivots, reading him his rights slowly, making sure Beard verbally consents. This creates a legal record and reinforces control of the narrative.
I know the last time we talked, I got a little bit of information about kind of, your background and stuff like that, but I kind of want to go back there again, if you don't mind, just kind of see how you grew up and everything like that. Do you have an issue with that? Okay. Didn't you tell me you grew up in Alabama?
Yes.
You did? Is that where you were born at? Where were you born in Alabama?
Next comes a soft tactic, small talk about childhood, family, school. It's disarming. The detective isn't just gathering facts. He's observing Beard's body language and emotional baseline.
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa? Okay. Where'd you go to school at in Alabama?
Pickens County High.
Say again?
Pickens County High School.
Okay. Any brothers or sisters or anything like that?
3 sisters.
3. I think you told me that last time, didn't you? And you've got no brothers.
No.
What about you and your dad? Are you and your dad close?
Not really.
Is he still alive?
Yes.
Or him and your mother still together?
No.
Okay. Is your mom and your dad close?
Somewhat.
I mean, do they stay?
No.
Okay. How was your dad with your upbringing? Was he involved or not involved? Or
Not involved.
not involved at all?
As Beard responds flatly, the detective notices his total lack of eye contact. He's emotionally detached, possibly rehearsed. This signals deception or severe emotional suppression.
You're looking down when you say that. And you can't even look me in the eye when you say that.
I'm serious because I'm tired of y'all messing with me. Y'all looking for the wrong person. Y'all looking at the wrong person.
How many times have I messed with you?
All these times y'all come to my house, get my cars.
Right.
I give you everything. That's what.
Wouldn't you want us to do that?
Yes, but I want y'all to find who did this too.
Right. I did find out who did it.
Who?
I mean, you realize I have a warrant in my hand right here, right?
The warrant don't
Hear me
mean
out.
anything.
You got to hear me out.
Now, the detective tightens the grip. He reminds Beard of Andrea's recent accusations, of her filing for protection, of her saying he broke in and threatened her. The point is clear: motive.
You realize that this warrant is an arrest warrant for you, right?
Yes.
And you realize that I had to have a state attorney, a prosecutor, review this. And I had to have evidence to get this. And then after I have a state attorney review this, you know this goes in front of a judge.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay, and
I got 3 uncles in the police. I know what all y'all doing.
where are they police at?
Alabama.
Are they still police?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, Danny, that you wouldn't be sitting here if you didn't kill Andrea. And this is one of those times in your life where you can make a decision.
When Beard denies everything, the detective uses evidence layering. He names the warrant, the judge, the state attorney, all designed to make Beard feel outnumbered, trapped by due process.
To do the right thing or to keep doing what you're doing.
I didn't do this.
You did do this, Danny.
No, I didn't.
And I can prove you did it.
Okay, well, we prove it in court.
I'm going to. But I'm sitting here having a conversation with you. I'm hoping that you'll at least be a man and at least tell me, you know what, Detective Gibson? I screwed up.
The detective offers Beard a psychological exit ramp. Admit it was a mistake, a moment of rage. This reframes the crime as human error, not evil, making confession seem safer.
Tell me why you think that you're sitting in here.
I really don't know. You saying I did it.
Right.
But I know I did it.
Okay. First time we talked, you told me that you were over at your house when you got some text messages from Andrea.
Yes.
Saying that she needed help. And that you went over there after you went and picked up Jones. That you and Jones went over there together.
Yes.
And that you found her.
Yes.
And I'm telling you right now that I can prove that's not true. I have evidence to prove that you were at that house before that.
Yes. Yes, I was at the house before that, yes.
Okay.
I went and picked up her charger key. Okay. She gave me the charger key.
What time did you pick up the charger key?
It was about 9 something.
Beard's story has holes. The detective exposes contradictions in the timeline, subtly suggesting that if Beard lies about one thing, he might lie about everything. It's a slow unravel.
I know that's not true. I know what time you got to her house, Danny, and it wasn't after 9.
Okay, I don't know the exact time.
Okay.
You're
not even
asking me.
What you're telling me is not true. You didn't just go over there for.
I went over there and get the charger key. The charger key is still in my car now.
Okay. I'm not saying you didn't get the charger key, but I'm telling you that you weren't over there for any 20 minutes. You were over there for some time. And you were the only one over there. Because nobody else came in that house. And I know this for a fact. I'm not going to lay out my whole case, but you know how I know.
I already know who was all over her house.
Okay.
So she told me her friend D.
Yeah, her friend D left probably about 7 o'clock that night. probably about 7:15. Somewhere in that time frame, she was gone. So I'm giving you a chance. This is your chance, Danny. If you want to look like a monster and a cold-blooded killer, then that's what you're going to look like. But if you came over there and things just went wrong, and it was an accident, or you lost your temper, or it was a mistake, then now's the time for you to tell me.
The detective lays down a binary. Either you're a monster or a man who made a mistake. It's a psychological squeeze, forcing Beard to choose a lesser evil.
Okay, people understand when people screw up and make a mistake.
I didn't make no mistake because I know I didn't do this. I put my right hand to God, I didn't do this.
So, why did you tell me you didn't own a gun?
I didn't, she did.
No, you told me that you didn't own a gun.
I never owned a gun.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. She had a little, I mean, when I first got to Florida, I had a 25. She had a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept it up in a box in her closet.
The detective catches Beard in a direct lie. He previously claimed Andrea didn't own a gun. This isn't just about memory. It's a deliberate strategy grounded in cognitive load theory and statement validity assessment. By introducing a known falsehood, the detective increases the mental strain on Beard, making it harder for him to maintain a fabricated story under pressure.
When I interviewed you, I specifically asked you if she owned a gun. And you specifically told me that she did not own a gun. And you gotta let me finish. You're interrupting me.
Okay,
I'll let you talk. You specifically told me that she did not own a gun, and you told me that she wouldn't own a gun.
The detective repeatedly quotes Beard's earlier statements, creating internal contradictions. This induces cognitive dissonance, a psychological discomfort caused by holding two conflicting thoughts. Beard must choose between sticking to the lie or adjusting his narrative, either of which weakens his credibility.
I mean, that was your word. She was like, she didn't.
She's in the Navy.
I'm telling you what you told me. This is what you told me. Okay, and then I have other people who have given me testimony saying they saw that gun in your house.
I'm not worried about them.
Okay, well, you should be worried, Danny.
I'm not worried about other people.
You should be worried. Because I'm telling you right now, you're going to look like you went over there with the sole purpose to kill her.
When Beard denies owning a gun, the detective introduces multiple witness accounts confirming the opposite. This is known as evidence stacking, a strategy aligned with triangulation theory. It overwhelms the suspect by surrounding the lie with consistent third-party validation, making it increasingly difficult to maintain a false version of events.
And now I know things were rough with you guys, and I know they were up and down. And I know that isn't totally your fault. I know that she was still talking to you, and I think you were probably thinking she was leading you on. I'm telling you right now, if you stick to this, you're going to look like a cold-blooded murderer.
By describing the relationship as troubled on both sides, the detective uses minimization, a tactic that downplays the crime's severity. This can trigger a suspect's willingness to confess by suggesting it was understandable or forgivable. The approach manipulates guilt into perceived justification.
All this evidence right here is you. If you flip about right in here, these are all discs. Surveillance discs, stuff I pulled off your car disc, things that I pulled off of your phone, things I pulled off of your Facebook. I've been pretty busy the last couple months. Okay, and I'm not going to step to you if I don't know what I'm doing.
The detective isolates Beard psychologically by reminding him that all the digital and physical evidence points solely to him. This triggers a sense of helplessness, explained by Seligman's theory of learned helplessness. When suspects believe they can't escape blame, they're more likely to comply or confess.
I mean, being a man is owning up to what you did.
I am a man, and I know I ain't do this.
I know you did it. For a fact, you did it.
Okay.
You killed that woman.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
And we can prove it, Danny.
You can say what you want to say. I know I did. I don't care what evidence you got.
What about the evidence? What about when the evidence says you did?
I don't care what evidence you got. You can't put me to killing her.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. So when 5 minutes ago, when you lied to me about what time you were over there and what time you left, that's the second time you lied about it.
They don't.
That says a lot.
No, it don't. It don't give you the alibi that I did this.
It does when you've already told me 2 lies about being over there. Why are you lying about being over there?
Beard's story collapses under the weight of irrefutable facts like text messages and timestamps. This leverages the anchoring bias, where people rely heavily on the first piece of hard data given. Once the detective anchors the narrative in data, Beard's subjective explanations lose credibility.
I told you, I went over there to get the charger key.
Okay. Where did you park when you went over there to get the charger key?
I parked because I didn't supposed to. She told me to park at the at the mailbox.
You parked at the mailbox?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she didn't want me to park in front of the house.
And how did you know that?
She told me.
When did she tell you that?
She told me on Messenger.
On
She
Messenger?
called me.
She told you to park in the mailbox?
Yes.
It's not true, because I looked on there and that message isn't there. But I do know you called her. You
Okay.
called her at 8:55.
Yes.
When you were
I
there.
said on Messenger. I didn't say on Messenger text. On Messenger. She told
But
me to
you
park
called
at the
her.
mailbox.
When you got there.
Okay, so you didn't see no calls from her on there.
I did.
To me.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she wasn't calling you. Don't think I'm not. Don't think that I think that you were the only one contacting her. I know. I've seen all the messages.
Okay.
I see all the messages on hers. Even though you erased all yours up until that day, I have all of hers between you guys. So I know she was contacting you. So don't think I'm not seeing the whole big picture. I'm seeing the big picture. But when you tell me, oh, I'm over there after 9, that's just not true.
As Beard becomes more evasive, the detective reframes him as someone in denial. This aligns with self-concept maintenance theory. Challenging a suspect's identity as honest or rational can prompt them to confess just to restore that image of themselves.
Okay, I go in front of the jury. My lawyer will be there. We can handle it in court. That's all we were waiting on for this to happen. Y'all charged me with something.
You say what?
So you're waiting for this?
Waiting on.
You've been waiting for this?
Yep. That's why I haven't got a lawyer yet until y'all charge me with something. So my uncle's police officer. I know everything that go on.
Your uncle a homicide detective?
Yep.
Yes.
One of them is.
He still is right now?
Yes.
Okay.
The detective then pulls in prior accusations of abuse from another relationship, showing a behavioral pattern. This draws from behavioral consistency theory and criminal profiling, suggesting that someone who has acted violently before is more likely to do so again. It shifts the narrative from isolated incident to repeated behavior.
I think he's going to be pretty disappointed in you when he sees everything that we have. You don't think he will?
My uncle knows. You know I ain't do this.
He knows you wouldn't do it?
My whole family know I wouldn't do something like this.
Why do they think that you wouldn't do something like this?
Because they know me. My exes know me.
You know what's weird about that? You just said that? Guess where I was probably? Well, I'm not going to tell you where I was, but I'll tell you this. I traveled out of state, and I interviewed one of your witnesses. She's scared to death of you. Did you know that? And she described how you beat her up and how you smashed her phone.
I'm not hurt because I don't know nobody like that.
Okay.
Oh, well, she knows you.
And she lived with you. So when you say that, that's just another untruth that you're telling me in this
What you
room.
talking about? I know you talking about Camille.
By getting Beard to admit to breaking property or getting physical, the detective uses the foot in the door technique. It works by starting with small admissions and gradually moving to more serious ones. This psychological pacing lowers resistance and normalizes the idea of wrongdoing.
Well, how do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I stayed with her.
She's lying about that too, or
Right.
about you putting your hands on her?
You see they dropped the case in court, right?
They didn't drop the case.
Yes, they did.
No, they
They
didn't.
dropped the case. You think
Tell
I
me.
didn't get arrested for it? They dropped the case.
I'm telling you, the case isn't dropped.
Yes, it is.
It's still
But
not the case.
I went to court with her.
All right. Well, I'm
And
telling
when
you,
when I went to court with her, she told the jury, I want it dropped.
but she still got an injunction against you because you were scared of you.
What?
She got an injunction against you.
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
If she go to court and tell the judge she want it dropped, ain't no injunction.
I'm telling you, she's got an injunction against you. I read it.
I know what I'm talking about. 'Cause I was in court the day she went.
He's a smart dude, man.
If I did hit her like she said she did, yes, I did break her phone.
Beard clings to denial, repeating that Andrea never reported him. The detective counters with official reports and testimony, using factual contradiction to dismantle his defense in real time.
Why did you smash her iPad?
I smashed her who?
Her iPad.
iPad.
Yeah, she had an iPad that was all smashed that she said you smashed.
Oh, my
Her
iPad. tablet. That's my iPad.
She said it was hers.
It's purple iPad. If it's purple iPad, got purple cover, it was mine.
You just smashed your own iPad?
Yes.
Any reason?
Yes, because I had pictures in there of the women. And I smashed it.
Okay. Were you going through her phone? Did that piss her off that morning? Not the morning she was killed, but the morning that you guys got into a fight. Were you going through her phone? Is that what started that argument?
Like, Andre had understanding. Like, we went through our differences.
Danny.
Andre knew, she knew what I was doing. She knew I talked to other women. She's in the Navy. She gone all the time, so she know. That's common sense.
Danny, I got video of you guys tussling over the phone.
The detective points out an unsettling fact. Beard watched Andrea through her own surveillance. It's a subtle way of exposing obsessive behavior, which paints a dangerous psychological profile.
That day that you acted like you were in the house and you sent her a message and you were actually watching her on the video surveillance, she called the police that day.
I know.
Well, you just told me that she didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, she called the police that day.
No, she didn't call the police. Her friend called the police.
Okay, she had her friend call the police. But
that's how I know everything.
Okay. But I'm telling you, she spoke to the police. Did she send you a message that day apologizing for what you say is her?
She sent it the night before.
She did?
Yeah. And whatever she did, I let my mom and everybody else read.
It's weird that you're telling me that you were over at her house sometime after 9 o'clock, because when I pull your phone, I find messages from her sent to you saying that she's outside of your house.
Using Beard's own phone data, the detective reveals Andrea messaged him from outside his house, while he claimed to be at hers. This contradiction destroys his timeline and suggests manipulation.
Yeah, it's right here. Right here at, and you're telling me just after 9 you're over at her house, but then over here at 9:15 it says, hey, and then you say, what, Andrea? You know I can't text me all lies you told. I know, Danny, I'm sorry. I just wanted you out. I'm sorry I told them you kicked me and stuff, but you wouldn't leave me. So I'm sorry. Right? And then you're sending her one back. Now I got to go to court. You guys go on and on and on. She's telling you to forgive her. She tells you that she's outside your door. Why would she tell you she's outside her door, your door, if you're sitting at her house?
When Beard struggles to answer, the detective remains calm but relentless. This pressure forces hesitation, and silence becomes an admission. It's the classic trap of too much detail.
Is there any reason why there was a bunch of surveillance pictures on that phone? Were you checking her surveillance on that phone?
I got the what's called too.
You got the what?
My name is under my what's called under my email.
So you've been over there for about 3 weeks, but why did you continue to check her surveillance?
It's under my thing. What's the difference? She come see me anyway. She at my house.
I know she did. I think she probably saw you that Thursday.
No, she came see me one week. She came the whole week. She right there by the base.
Yeah.
Beard's web of lies begins to collapse. The detective uses surveillance images, metadata, and text logs, piling up undeniable proof that contradicts Beard's every claim. It's psychological suffocation.
Okay.
You killed her.
Whatever you say.
Okay.
Whatever you say. Y'all got all this evidence, but y'all don't have. Y'all got a phone.
We got all this evidence, and like I said, it's
have
going to
a
make you
phone.
look really bad.
You don't have a phone.
Y'all
not telling me how she died. Y'all don't know how she died. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah, you know she was shot.
Come on, man.
That's why I've asked you about a gun. You know that.
Okay.
And you also know that when we searched your house, we found the same type of bullets that we found at the scene.
Okay, and she has it. If y'all do y'all job, it's in a box.
Why would you
It's
tell
in a
me?
box.
Why would you tell me? Why would you tell me that you didn't own a gun when I find bullets in your house?
Okay, because
And then you have a witness that says, "Yeah, I saw
because
a gun
her
in
kids was there. She gave it to me when her kids was there.
No. bullets in your house?
Yes, she gave me the pistol when her kids was there.
When Beard is confronted with bullets found in his home, he claims Andrea gave them to him. The detective quietly exposes how implausible that is, forcing Beard into a corner with no exit.
Okay, I got the pistol and the bullets. When the kids left, she got the gun back.
When did the kids leave?
Because she went and took them to Texas.
She took them to Texas while you were still at the house.
Yes.
Right. So there's no reason for you to have bullets unless you own a gun. And there's also you wouldn't have bullets to a gun that your close personal friend, who's been sticking up for you this whole time, said he saw a gun in your house.
Yes, and I told him that. I said, yes, it's under. He knew who it was.
You say you told him that, but when I asked you in our original interview, you said, I don't own a gun. I haven't touched a gun since I was a teenager.
You asked me, have I owned a gun? I said, no.
I said, when's the last time you held a gun? And you know what you said?
No.
A teenager. And you know how I know that's not true? Because remember we tested you for GSR? Yeah. You may have cleaned up, but you tested 2 out of 3 particles for GSR.
The detective uses forensic evidence, gunshot residue on Beard's hands. This scientific detail undercuts Beard's narrative completely, and the detective doesn't let him recover. He keeps the pressure on.
You don't believe that? You think I'm lying? I'm lying that you tested for 2 out of 3 particles of GSR on your hands. I'm lying about that.
I know you got no gunpowder on my hands.
Wow. I'll tell you how. You shot that woman, and now you're going to sit in this room and you're going to cross your arms, and you're not even going to be a man, and you're not even going to look at me and let me at least be able to go back to her family and tell them what happened to her.
Psychologically, Beard begins to show cracks. His tone gets defensive. He stops making eye contact. The detective zeroes in, telling him, "You're not a man. You're not even willing to explain yourself."
That's what you're going to do.
No, her family telling me she got somebody slit her throat.
No. Her family knows you killed her, and they're probably just telling you that to keep you at arm's length. But I've talked to her family. I've talked to her family at least once a week, if not more.
Yeah,
so I know what they think.
Talked to her son.
I know what they think. Okay? I'm telling you that right now. I know what they think.
Okay.
Her twin brother Avery, he's got my phone number on his phone. Not my city phone. Not the phone number you had. Not my desk phone number, but my personal cell. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, they think you're a cold-blooded killer.
Well, everybody think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jury's going to think that too.
Okay. Well,
that's going to be your ass.
Take it in front of the jury.
The detective invokes Andrea's family, especially her twin brother, making the interrogation personal. This tactic appeals to Beard's conscience, hoping guilt or shame might push him to confess.
You killed her, Danny, and then you're going to sit there and act like you don't give 2 shits.
I'm not saying I don't give 2 shits because I know I
How many times you call me?
For what?
To check on this case.
None. Because I got somebody that's telling me do not say nothing.
Well, I'm telling you right now, that's not normal behavior.
That's why I have.
If somebody killed my fiance or my wife or my girlfriend or my sister,
why you think I'm talking to her son?
I don't know. I also know you try to pin her son on some bullshit phone calls and harassing phone calls. You try to put that on him.
I'm trying to put that on him.
You told her he was the one that was sending her harassing phone calls.
Okay, and someone from Growing was.
I talked to the PI. You know who he thinks was doing it?
I already told about Mr. Brown.
I sat and interviewed Mr. Brown for some time. He showed me a bunch of paperwork, a bunch of stuff he did, and he told me straight up, you were the one doing it.
Despite overwhelming evidence, Beard refuses to break. But it no longer matters. What's been said, recorded, and recovered is enough. He's booked for second-degree murder and held without bail.
A man convicted of killing his ex-girlfriend has been sentenced to 30 years in prison. Danny Ray Beard II pleaded guilty to second-degree murder after shooting and killing Andrea Washington in 2018.
Danny Ray Beard II pleaded guilty to second-degree murder in June 2023 for the killing of Navy Chief Petty Officer Andrea Washington, who was shot to death just hours before a scheduled court hearing on domestic violence charges she had filed against him.
New on First Coast News at noon, the ex-fiancé of a Navy Chief Petty Officer, Andrea Washington, changed his plea to guilty for her murder. Danny Beard entered a guilty plea to second-degree murder in the 2018 death of his ex-fiancée. He'll be back in a Duval County courtroom for sentencing on July 7th.
Following his plea, Beard was sentenced on July 7th, 2023, to 30 years in Florida State Prison. The court granted him credit for approximately 4 years and 7 months of time already served while he awaited trial.
When Danny Ray Beard II and Andrea Washington were a happy couple, but the relationship turned violent. Today, Beard was in court to be sentenced for murdering Washington, a mother of 3 and member of the United States Navy. Beard walked in court with what appeared to be a smirk on his face, but there was nothing to smirk about for Washington's family.
Despite maintaining his innocence throughout the early stages of the investigation and interrogation, the overwhelming evidence ultimately led to his conviction. Beard is currently incarcerated and remains ineligible for bail.